Hina Hassan. I am presenting my paper that is COVID-19, challenges of COVID-19 and teacher education in India. But prior to this, I am very thankful to the organizer of International Multidisciplinary Conference on Current Research Trends 2020, 19th and 20th, exclusively on Research Circle. So I am very thankful to the organizer who provided me this opportunity to present a paper on this platform. Thank you. Sir, my paper is Challenges of COVID-19 and Teacher Education in India. It is presented by Dr. Muhammad Talib Athar Ansari and Dr. Hina Hassan. That is, both are assistant professors in Manu College of Teacher Education, Bidar, Karnataka, a constituent unit of Manu, a central university, Hyderabad, established by an Parliament in 1998. So my topic is Challenges of COVID-19 and Teacher Education in India. As everyone knows that teacher education is the pillar of all the education provided by the government or by the societies. So challenges because of there is a pandemic. And this is a pandemic of the millennium, and WHO stated that COVID-19 pandemic is not going to disappear in near future. So we must learn how to live with this pandemic in one hand and our growth in the other hand. So in this paper, we have tried to discuss the challenges created by COVID-19 in teacher education, especially in India, as well as we are aware that coronavirus pandemic has traumatized all over the globe. And all the countries, near about 250 or more countries around the globe, are multidimensional impact of on human life. So besides creating a biggest challenge on public health system across the globe, pandemic has brought the normal life to a halt in India as well, with coronavirus lockdown resulting in a devastating effect on Indian economy, and its GDP right now minus 23.9%. It is the highest drop in the world. So every sector, like economical sector, like agricultural, like educational sector, industrial, social sector, all are the sectors of life is hampered by this COVID-19. But I'm appreciating the effort of government of India, especially from Prime Minister Modi, that he introduced the challenges of pandemic, and because Indian pupils are very poor, and most of the people are daily wagers, and most of the people don't know what is pandemic. So Mr. Modi is creating just awareness to prepare to face this pandemic in all the peoples. So that current situation of India is very, very worse, because 50,18,000 pupils are confirmed COVID-19 cases right now, and death tolls it is 82,000, highest in Asia. Even though beside this, a positive sign is that the India's cases fatality rate is lowest in India among the world. It is 2.41. So recovered pupils are also very high, that is 38 lakhs or more than 38 lakhs. India has second highest number of confirmed cases in the world after the United States. But Since 29th August 2020 to till 12 September or today, India recorded the global highest single day spikes in COVID-19 cases with 78,761 cases rise to 97,654 highest among the world. The previous record was 77,368 and our India is a poor country and our medical facilities are not as much as the US, but India facing very patiently of COVID-19 and thank for God that recovery rate is very high. Mr. Modi ordered a 14-hour voluntary Janta curfew on 22nd March, followed by enforcement of a series of regulation of the country in the country COVID-19 affected region on 24th March 2020. The government of India ordered a nationwide lockdown for 21 days, limiting movement of the entire 1.3 millions. So it is some people saying that it is a draconian lockdown, but it is very necessary for safety of the people of India. So phase 1 was 14th April till 21 days, and then April, May, and then serious down is there. So unlocking right now we are facing minus 23.9 GDP. So we must live together with the coronavirus pandemic. So we must learn how to live with the coronavirus pandemic. So unlocking phases are there. Ministry of Home, Family Welfare issued fresh guidelines for unlocking 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And the unlock 5 is coming from 1st October, but our educational institution starting our activities from 21st of this September. That is, the government of India is following a phase-wise unlock of activities for unlock 5. Guidelines released for standard operating procedure, that is on 8th and 13th September 2020, to open schools and other educational institutions for students from September 21, 2020. Students can come to the school following the lockdown guidelines. For guidance on a voluntary basis beside online classes, we are taking online classes on the teacher education as well. So the unlock 4 process has been implemented across the country from 1st September, while the unlock 5 guidance will implemented from 1st October to 2020. In days to come, this SOP standard operating procedure aims to enable safe resumption of teaching, training activities in skills or entrepreneurship training institution, highest education institution conducting doctoral courses, etc., etc. So we are just propose for planning reopening educational activities. School outside the containment zone only shall be allowed. University, educational institution, all the higher educational institution should begin examination, teaching, learning, etc., etc. for all the days. But there are some activities are prohibited, like assembly is not there, like lab is not there, like library is not there. So everywhere teaching learning process is going on, but some restrictions are there. 50% of teaching and non-teaching staff should be there, and students should be taken online classes from their homes as well. Proposed educational structure in education policy, and right now we have received an educational policy after 34 years, a very long gap. We received the National Education Policy of India on 29th July 2020. That is changed the vision of a new education system in India across India, and policy aims to transform India education system by 2020. This is the the most awaited policy represent a comprehensive framework for elementary education, secondary education to higher education, includes all professional and vocational training courses of both rural and urban India, and proposes to change the school curriculum structure from 10 plus 2 to a 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 structure. And this structure very interesting structure. The old structure is there, 10 plus 2 from age 16 to 18, and class 1 to 10, that is age 6 to 16. And the new structure is pre-primary education or before starting education, that is 5 years. First 3 years for Anganwadi, there are some schools are Anganwadi schools is there, preschools is there, Balvatika is there, and next 2 years for class 1 and 2, class 3 and to 5, class 3 to 5, that is 3 years plus 3 years to age to 8 to 11, and then plus 3 years from 6 to 8, and then 4 years. Previous was there, secondary and senior secondary was there, but right now 9 to 12, that is age 14 to 18th. So this is the big change in the new education policy. And now present structure of teacher education in India. In the present scenario of teacher education in India, UGC, the governing body, and NCTE, National Council for Teacher Education, is providing teacher education recognition, recognized all the colleges of India. So MHRD issued direction to the UGC under section 20 of the UGC Act 1956, void its order time to time. And the objective of the new education policy are to ensure that all students at all levels of school education are taught by passionate, motivated, highly qualified, professionally trained teachers and well-equipped teachers. In this regard, the responsibility of teacher education is more difficult because of NEP's objectives. Present structure of teacher education in India. Teacher education in India is provided by private and self-government colleges all over India. There are 29 states are there, and every state have a lot of teacher training colleges run by private and aided and semi-government teachers training institution running by exclusively teacher education program. Only B.Ed is there, 1 unit or 2 unit, only B.Ed or DLED is there, only BPEd is there. So they are just producing teachers, only teachers. And a new education policy is is going to change the structure of these private institutions or this type of structure of teacher education. So they are just moving ahead. So these teacher training programs like B.Ed, BPEd, diploma in education, master in education at mass level, private and aided government colleges are producing mass level teachers approved by state universities and governed by NCTE. The second one, SCRT are leading agency providing teacher education at state level. And then DIETs are there. DIETs are providing support for pre-service and in-service teacher training for teachers at district level with the support for BRC's Block Resource Center as well as Cluster Resource Center. And beside this, some central government department are also there. That is CTE's College of Teacher Education, providing B.Ed, M.Ed, MPhil and PhD in teacher education program, as well as they are fully funded by central government of India and governed by MHRD, and rules regulation followed from NCTE. There are some IASEs like Institute of Advanced Studies in Education are exclusively for facilitated different types of teacher education programs governed by central government as a constituent unit are directly governed by MHRD. So these are the structure. State government are there and central government are there, but teacher education are mostly provided from private institutions in India. And now, present structured teacher education, I have just told you that, but the main important of is NEP 2019-20 stated that emphasis on teacher education and that teachers truly shape the future of the children, and therefore the future of our nation is not that our children are taught with values, knowledge, empathy, creativity, ethics, life skills, and social responsibility. Teachers, thus, from the very heart of the education process, and they present an indispensable vehicle towards a progressive, just, educated, and prosperous society. So, this is the main aim of National Education Policy 2020. Challenges of present trauma for revamping educational activities, but how we can resume our educational activities in teacher education program, because there is a internship, because there is a social aspects are there, there is practical aspects are there. So this is very difficult, and we are just resuming the teacher training programs from 21st September. So in view of the COVID-19 pandemic and reopening educational institute and many subsequent lockdown, the UGC established an expert committee, and they emphasize 25% online. We are taking online classes since February 2020, and regular classes are there, 2 or 3 classes per day, per teacher are there. So the students are engaging in teaching learning process in online mode, but UGC emphasizes that 75% offline mode should be there. We are taking online examination, we are taking online assessment, and assignments is there, we are project we are taking. So everything is there, but UGC emphasizes 75% should be offline mode. So, due to the disturbance of academic calendar and loss of academic activities, they ensure the safety. They are ensuring the safety, and the staff as well as student present circumstances is very dangerous. But major concerns in higher education are as follows. So, challenges of present trauma, that is, how can we meet the desired objectives of NEP 2019-20 of India? Their objectives is very high expectations. So, can we ensure that health, safety, and security of the student, faculty, and staff, and also continue academic activity? This is very challenging question. How can we conduct the examination and declaration of result with 75 and 25 ratio? Can we facilitate the counsel the student participate in further admission, placement, process, research, internship, as well as training? It is not a teaching course, it is just a training course. How can we become charting? How can we be charting out a plan for the professional development of a student with close monitoring? Are every teacher and teacher educator can handle the challenges of ICT modes of the teaching learning process? So these are some challenges we are facing. Now, conclusion. While Indian teacher education has grown tremendously in terms of enrollment, employment, and creating knowledge-based society, some areas still need attention. Challenges include gaps between the skills being imparted and the skills needed at the workplace, especially as a teacher educator, skill gap among faculty, and capacity of funding channels, and the quality and the quantity of research being carried out in this institution in the present COVID. It is very difficult. So I'm just concluding my presentation because time is very short, and I think that I'm able. I'm able to present some challenges creating by COVID-19 coronavirus pandemic and teacher education. So we hope that teacher education should be resume the teaching learning activities and learning activities in the preparation of organizers, a lot of the audiences, a lot of thanks for the center, and hope for the best. Thank you, and thanks a lot.